All right, welcome Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. Glad you could join us this evening. This is Kenny Fogel, your host tonight, and we got Donnie Gill with us. Donnie here with the Lincoln Trail, I guess, what is Lincoln Trail Area Development District Health Department?
Lincoln Trail District Health Department.
There you go. I knew I'd get it. It's a long word there. But
because the districts and everything get confusing, so understandable.
Well, we just, here in Barstown, we've always called it the Health Department. Up here at the Nelson County Health Department, it's up at 321 South 3rd Street here in Barstown at the Civic Center. Most people know the Health Department is. You come here a lot of times, get immunizations and other things of that nature. But we're here today for just a little different project, and it's a project that's just getting off the ground. And Donnie, I'll let you explain what this project is.
Okay, what we have here at the Nelson County Health Center is our needle exchange program. So what we want, we're encouraging people who are injecting drugs to come in here, exchange their used needles for clean needles. Mm-hmm. From the health department and public health perspective, this program has been proven to slow the spread of HIV and to slow the spread of hepatitis C. Mm-hmm. Both are very costly diseases to treat, and we're paying pennies on the dollar as far as what needles cost and all the other associated equipment versus this treatment. So we want to obviously encourage people to seek treatment, because this is a problem that's spinning more and more out of control almost every day. But then if they're going to continue to use, let's make it as safe as possible. Let's come in and access clean needles, clean cookers. We have condoms. You can get HIV and hepatitis C testing here. Mm-hmm. And we have on-site counselors. So if somebody comes in and wants to seek treatment, they want to make that change in their life, we have a means to provide that to them.
Okay. Well, I know Rachel Briney has made it clear to me on several occasions that the health department is not here to treat diseases. You're here to prevent. So primarily, you're not here to treat drug abuse. You're here to prevent what comes from drug abuse.
Absolutely, and just to try to limit the side effects associated with drug abuse. We're not a cure-all. We don't claim to be a cure-all. If public health could have cured drug use, we would have done it a long time ago. Unfortunately, there's no magic pill for this problem.
Well, certainly, and hepatitis C, and I know it's touched some communities. Around here, it may not be an epidemic, but I know in some areas, and I think up in Indiana, I can think of one spot in particular that has become such an issue that it's overwhelming everything else in the area.
Yes, I believe you're referring to the Scott County incident where they had about 200 new cases of HIV in just a span of a few months. That's kind of what woke everybody up, especially in this part of the country, because an outbreak like that is not typical, especially for rural America, and it was a big eye-opener for public health.
Well, absolutely, and hepatitis C and HIV of that nature affects more than just drug users. I mean, it affects the whole population of your community.
Oh, absolutely. Let's say a person who injects, they have HIV, they toss the needle out into a parking lot. Somebody steps on that needle, and these things do happen. They could potentially contract HIV that way. They're not a drug user. They may not know anybody that's a drug user, but bam, it's affected them personally right there.
So what happens when, okay, I'm a drug user, I'm using heroin needles, whatever. I mean, I don't know a whole lot of the process. What is going to happen when I walk in this store?
Well, I'm going to greet you. I'm going to give you the respect you deserve as a person. You come in here, you're seeking our help, our assistance. Going to talk to you a little bit, run down some questions, whether your HIV status, your hepatitis status, if they're a female, whether they're pregnant or think they might be pregnant, to get testing. Provide said testing for HIV and hepatitis C if they don't know their status and they want to know their status. Talk to them about safe injection. They can't shoot up in the same place all the time, or they start to develop sores or abscesses. Yeah. That could lead to an emergency room visit, which costs the whole community money. Talk to them about how many times a day they inject, and then I will give them a week's worth of needles so they have a clean supply for the whole week. Hopefully I will see them again the next week, and they'll bring in what I gave them, and I'll give them fresh ones.
Okay, well, again, what kind of products they have? Your different kinds of needles, or are they all pretty much the same?
I had no idea there were so many different needles. I had some ladies in the Hardin County Jail educate me as far as what types of needles to get. So there's different gauges, there's different needle lengths. I never thought about it. I go to the doctor, get a shot. I'm not saying, hey, what gauge needle are you giving me a shot with?
I want that small one.
yeah, no kidding. But there are several different types. I went with the recommendation, from the ladies from the jail.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to provide, we have a limited number of Sharps containers. So these are kind of discreet. You could stick them in a bag, in a purse. They're not going to stand out. They're not the orange ones. We also, because hepatitis C and HIV can survive in the needles, what a lot of people don't know, hepatitis C and HIV can survive in the other paraphernalia associated with it. So like back here, this is what's known as a cooker. So they would place the drug and the water into the cooker, and then they draw it up with their syringe. If they're sharing needles and blood gets, or even if they're not sharing needles and blood gets into the cooker, the next person that use that could,
it's a dangerous business to be in.
Absolutely.
And well, I come in here now. All of a sudden, I'm talking to you. You're counseling me. You're exchanging needles. My concern is going to be, okay, when's the law enforcement going to show up? Is my name going in a database? Who's going to know about me being here? How do you allay all those fears?
Okay. First of all, it's anonymous. We will come in. We'll give you a patient code. First two letters of your first name, first two letters of your last name, a number for whether you're male, female, and your date of birth, just month and year. So it's completely anonymous. You don't have to sign in up front. Again, anonymous. As far as the police goes, again, a genuine concern. I understand that. The way the law is written, you cannot be arrested for just having the needles. So if they come here and they just pick up the needles and leave and say they get pulled over a block away, if they only have the needles, they're not supposed to get in trouble for that. Now, if they have drugs on them, that's another story altogether. But
this is not a way to identify drug users in Nelson County, I guess is the question.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, what we're trying to do is lessen the harmful side effects of drug use, primarily hepatitis C and HIV.
And if you do have them in here, what's the odds of them seeking counseling? Are they looking to be cured, helped, or were they just looking for the needles? What is it that you typically see they're looking for, or hoping they're looking for, maybe?
Ideally, I'd like to see them come in here and ask for a bed in a treatment facility.
Yeah.
Now, studies have shown, because needle exchange has been around since the 80s here in the United States and even longer in European countries. Studies show that people who access needle exchange programs are 5 times more likely to seek help.
Yeah.
Because, again, I'm planting seeds. They might come here the first time. I mention it to them. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Come in the second time. I mention it again. Maybe that seed's starting to grow a little bit. And at some point, hopefully they reach that point in their life where they want to turn things around and get back on the straight path.
And this is where I know y'all been doing this in other communities. It's been working, and it's just starting in Nelson County. I think you're just in the first week or so of this now. So you're not here every day. Now, when are you here and when are you available?
At this point, we're here Thursdays. So every Thursday, 1 o'clock to 4:30.
Just drop in, no names, no anything.
Yeah, you don't have to have an appointment. Anonymous, so no names needed. You don't have to sign in. You can sign in anonymous out front. If you want to tell me your name, that's your business. I'm bad with names, so I probably won't remember them.
I'll give you a fake name, probably.
yeah, and that's fine. Again, we want them to do the right thing, and the right thing would be to come in here and get clean needles.
Okay. And you say also condoms and other things are available as well. It's just not just needles that you're providing help for.
Yes, we're wanting to reduce the harm of all risky behaviors.
Yeah.
So if they're having risky sexual behaviors, we have condoms available. We have Tourniquets, because sometimes if blood gets on a tourniquet, it can transmit disease. The cotton balls, we have those because, again, they can transmit disease. So it's kind of a all-inclusive one-stop shop, I guess.
I know obviously it's a political issue that you're not going to get into because that's not your job. Basically, I know some people say, well, we're enabling drug users, but you're basically, the premise behind this is not enabling the drug user as much as community health for everybody.
Absolutely. I hear the argument a lot that this enables drug users, but the people who chose this behavior, they were already doing it.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do, again, is lessen the harmful side effects.
Okay. Well, again, Donnie Gill here. That's the needle exchange on Thursdays. Again, 1 o'clock to 4:30 at the Nelson County Health Department here at the Lincoln Trail Area District Health Department. I'll get that right here in a second. 502-348-3222 if you need to give them a call and find out a little more information. But again, just Thursday afternoons after 1 o'clock to 4:30. Stop in here. Donnie, you'll be here, or somebody will be here.
I will be here at this point, and I look forward to seeing some of you. And if those of you watching this program, you aren't users but know somebody who is, please tell them about it.
Okay, well, that was another thing, referrals. I mean, I guess that's very, because a lot of people may be watching this and has a family member or maybe a friend or somebody just they want to pass this on to. This is good information to get to them.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, almost at this point, all of us have had somebody touched by this problem. So I think the sooner we acknowledge that we as a community have a problem, the sooner we can start taking steps to solve this problem.
Okay. Well, Donnie, I appreciate you all letting us stop in here today at the health department and look around. And again, it's the needle exchange part here. Again, you come in, it's anonymous. If you want to stop in, if you need help, somebody in your family needs help, seek Donnie every Thursday afternoon here at the Nelson County Health Department. Again, it's 320 South 3rd Street in the big Civic Center. You can't miss the building, big brick building as you come down to South 3rd Street at the 3rd block. And again, stop in here, give them a call, 502-348-3222, and they can have more information for you. Donnie, thank you here. We appreciate you. Got the needle exchange going on. You got other prevention services provided here as well. Again, that's what it's all about, trying to make the community just a little more healthy.
Absolutely. Come see me.
All right. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully we learned a little bit today, and hopefully we can help our neighbor or maybe help ourselves a little bit. Stick around. A lot more to come here on Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. We'll be right back.